in a village, there lived an old lady. She was well loved for her kind heart and her eagerness to help anyone in need. Though she lived alone, she was never lonely. The villagers frequently visited her not only to seek her wisdom, but also to share their joys and sorrows. In gratitude for her kindness, they often brought her food and supplies, ensuring she was always taken care of. One chilly afternoon, she decided to venture into the nearby forest to gather wood for her fireplace. As she wandered deeper into the woods, she noticed something unusual poking out from the underbrush. Intrigued, she brushed away the dirt to reveal a large old pot partially buried in the ground. Her eyes widened with surprise when she opened it. Inside, glittering gold coins sparkled under the dappled sunlight. Her heart raced with excitement as her mind raced with possibilities. She imagined herself living in a grand house, far larger than her modest cottage. She envisioned sitting by a roaring fireplace, wearing fine clothes, and never having to worry about her needs again. However, there was one problem. The pot was far too heavy for her to carry on her own. Determined, she found a few wooden planks and tied a sturdy cloth around the pot to create a makeshift slide. With a great deal of effort, she began to drag the heavy pot toward her home. As she pulled the pot through the forest, something strange began to happen. The gold coins, once so bright and dazzling, started to change color. When she paused to catch her breath and peered inside, the gold had turned to silver. Her heart sank with disappointment, but after a moment she reminded herself that silver was still valuable. Silver is good enough, she thought. I can still live comfortably. She continued her journey, dragging the pot behind her. But after a while, the silver began to change once more, this time turning into iron. She stopped in her tracks and stared at the dull, heavy metal. Despair washed over her as she realized that the dreams of wealth and luxury she had been imagining were slipping away. But then she paused, took a deep breath, and smiled. She thought about her life before finding the pot. She had been happy living simply, surrounded by the warmth of her neighbors and the joy of giving. As she sat down to rest, she reflected on the many blessings she already had. Her cozy little home, the kind villagers who brought her food, and the satisfaction she found in helping others. It occurred to her that true happiness had never come from the thought of riches, but from the love and community she had always cherished. Deciding she didn't need the iron or any other treasure, she left the pot in the forest and made her way home content. That evening, as she sat by her small but familiar fireplace, wrapped in her old blanket, she felt a deep warmth in her heart. It was a warmth that no amount of gold could bring, a richness that came from within. The story of the old woman reminds us that true happiness does not come from material wealth or external possessions, but from within. Life may present us with moments of both abundance and loss, but our contentment depends on how we choose to perceive and embrace these situations. By focusing on gratitude, love, and the simple joys in life, we can remain happy and fulfilled, no matter what challenges come our way. Happiness is a state of mind, and those who learn to cultivate it in every situation will always find themselves rich beyond measure. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Find your true happiness.